Now you must be wondering why I'm showing you this. Is it a video on nanomaterials or is it some kind of advertisement of Hollywood movies? No, this is only about nanomaterials, and these are some examples where nanomaterials are used. You remember Spider-Man movie in which this Osborn drinks a serum and he becomes very strong, and then Hulk also, a serum is injected in him, and you know what changes happens in him. Then in some movies they have shown small robots been injected in the people body, and these robots or even man, in some movies there are these humans having a small car and they make it very small and then they inject him, and that actor cleans the body of like something like that. So this is why, what is this exactly? These are small materials, small particles which are so small that we can use it in this way. So far, this technology is not existed, but there are research going on where tiny robots are being prepared so that they can carry out such functions in our body. Okay, so these are some examples of nanomaterials. In everyday life, now you must have seen our computers have become so small. This is nanotechnology. Okay, pen drive, hard drive, chips, nano chips. These are some nano devices. Then your catalytic converter. The catalysts are nanoparticles which are converting the toxic gases into harmless gases. Then in Japan, gold nanoparticles are used to clean bathrooms. Imagine in India, gold itna महंगा and these people are using the nanoparticles gold to clean their bathrooms, right? So what are nanomaterials? Now, if you look at the size difference between this is a human hair and these are nanofibers. So what is a nanometer? What is nanometer? Or nanomaterial are calculated in terms of nanometer. So 1 nanometer is 1 into 10 raised to minus 9 of meter, or 1 by 10 raised to 9 of meter. This is the size of a nanometer. A nanofibril is 10 to 100 times smaller than than a conventional textile fiber. It's very small. So you can see the dimensions, compare the dimensions. Human hair is 80,000 nanometer, whereas nanofibers are 1000 times smaller. So nano materials are bigger than atoms but smaller than you see with the light microscope. Okay, so what is a nanomaterial? It's any physical substance with structural dimension between 1 to 100 nanometer. Okay, that's a nanomaterial. And these small materials have exceptionally good properties. They are very strong, hard, ductile, wear resistance. They have very good electrical properties. They are corrosion resistance. They are quite active. We can use them in lot of applications. Okay, so materials are used to reduce to nano size, so different properties. Now, why there are so many applications? See how the change takes place. So if a normal substance which is of normal size is opaque, it becomes transparent. For example, copper. So nanosize copper is transparent. Inert materials can become catalyst. Okay, gold is quite inert. Now it can act as a catalyst. Insulators can become conductors. So these are the changes that take place when you convert a big material into a small material. So what are the advantages of making them small? We get lot of structural and electrical advantage, economic benefits in terms of cost and quantity, technological benefits in terms of speed, power, integration. Now this is an example of the application of nanomaterials in space tower. Nanomaterials are quite light but quite strong and very efficient. They have good electrical properties and they have lot of strength, and that is why they can be used for such applications. Space elevator should be lighter but very, they should have high strength, good efficiency and everything, no? So all these things can be achieved by when you use nanomaterials in preparation of space elevators. Nanotechnology, it's a technology of making small objects, manipulating them, creating new material, building structures from small objects. Nanoscience is a study of how materials behave under such small dimensions. And the best, nanochemistry is utilization of chemistry to make nanoscale building blocks of different size, shape, structure, composition. So the magic is in the chemistry. You are chemists, you are magicians. So application of nanomaterials in medicine. So we'll quickly go through this. So this is an example of nanobots which is still in research and still a lot of research is going on. Tissue engineering to repair and reproduce damaged tissue. Synthetic bones can be prepared by manipulating calcium and phosphate at molecular level. Okay, so this is very good, synthetic bones. So we can have a bone replacement. Drug delivery, you can see this tube, they are used for delivering drug molecules to a desired location. Diagnostic, to detect presence or activity of selected substances. Then wastewater treatment, it can remove lot of toxic metals, viruses and bacteria, for example nanoporous zeolites. Zeolites, I'm going to make a video on zeolites, you can go and watch that later. It is used for ultrafiltration where small particles can be removed through ultrafiltration. Degradation of chlorinated phenols, petroleum into gasoline, catalytic converter. Pollutants can be broken down into smaller particles, harmless particles. Okay, then energy, lot of use because they have very good electronic properties, hence they can be used in nano size batteries. Then you have nickel metal hydride batteries. They can be used for portable power chargeable devices. We have these portable batteries, right? Then mechanics, they have nanomaterials have lot of strength. In CNTs, we are going to study all about this. You can watch that video later. I'm going to put this afterwards. So here they can be used in deflectable mirrors, microfluid system, cutting tools. Uh, Such as tungsten carbide, titanium carbide are used. They are wear resistant, erosion resistant. They can be used to bore holes in circuit boards. Circuit boards are very tiny, so small holes are required, right? They can be used in electronics. Now you have these LEDs and everything. No, the display is quite uh, prominent. It's very good. So you can see the difference between them. So field emitters, in field emitting devices, you can use them. You can use in CPUs, RAM devices. Quantum dots, it's a new technology used for construction of lasers, which are much cheaper and they have a high beam quality. They can be used in optoelectronic devices. Then you can have photovoltaic cells. There are a lot of applications. The applications are limitless. Nanowires are quantum devices. I'm going to make a video on nanowires, nano semiconductors, CNTs. Do watch video on CNTs. Okay, so these are all applications of nanomaterials. These are unique materials. So we have this saying, good things come in small packages. No, this is not a sunflower. Don't worry that this is a sunflower. This is silicon oxide nanowires. I've included this in nanowires video. So when you make, convert these substance in such small size, you get such good properties, unique properties, and the sky is limit for applications of all these nanomaterials. So I'm going to make a series of this. Do watch the whole series. Thank you.